there's going to be a lot of fluff because
It's fine with me.
What's up, everybody? This is Bryson Fowler, Boss Talks on the Rooftop, and we are live. And today I have the greatest honor of introducing one of the best women in the cigar industry that I know, you should know, Miss Mechelle Merkerson of Cigars with M. And she's one of the power brain thrusts behind PCA. So she's part of the women's of PCA. Miss Mechelle Merkerson, what's going on?
Hello. Thank you so much for having me. Thank you for your kind words. I really appreciate it.
You're also gracious.
I do appreciate it. I do.
You're always so gracious. So catch me up. What you been up to? You toured me around DC last time I was up there, and I got a chance to see all the craziness and see what the fuss was. I don't have my cutter on me, but I'm gonna smoke while you talk. Is that cool?
Okay. Yeah, it's totally fine. No, so my name is Michelle. Nice to meet you all. If I haven't met you already, hopefully I'll get to meet you in person soon. I am the founder of Cigars with M, which is the first and only cigar education company owned by a melanin woman. And so
Women.
yes. And so I have been in the industry since 2018. I started my show, Cigars with M, in 2022,
Mm.
and we are now at 195 episodes coming up today, and we're on the
Hey,
road to 200.
let's go.
Yes, and we will be celebrating 4 years in July. And coming up really soon, I will be celebrating 1 year of me being full time with my business and betting on myself May 15th.
Let's go. Let's go. I can do nothing but be ecstatic about that, right?
Thank you. I really appreciate it.
Because it's like these waters is tough, but you're out
Yes.
here doing it.
Yes, the waters are tough, but when you have the Lord on your side, the waters are a little less tough. Like,
Very true. Very true. So, but like I'm a true believer of rising tides lift all boats, right?
mhm.
So as we go along, we try and pull each other up in, and every time like I have opportunity to give you flowers or try and mention you as a recommendation for something in the cigar industry, I do my best to do it.
Thank you.
And
I really appreciate it.
hey, I appreciate you for allowing me to use your name.
Yeah, no, I mean, this is the thing
Thank
is
you
like
for being someone I can trust.
yes, no, I mean, I think that it's so important for us to really create this cycle of help. Um
Mm,
when I meet people, I really try to figure out what is it that I can do, what is it that they can do that we can all help each other be even better in this space, whether it's in the cigar space or not in the cigar space. Um, we're not here to help ourselves. And so, contrary to what people sometimes believe, we are actually here to help each other, and we need everyone to put their part in and to do their part. So it's important that we are helping and pushing each other up as we go.
right. So going right into like the premise of today's show, because it's Happy Women's History Month, right?
Thank you.
And so I'm very, very intentional about the women that I want to shine light on. And like you do this thing with Black History Month that I could never do the
You can
justice
do
for it.
it. You can do it.
And I
Don't say you can't never do it.
no. I like to you know what? If there's something great that you're great at, I'm going to support that and just push forward with it. Like,
I
yo,
understand.
like when you be like, and
Yeah.
you go right into it. And I'm
Yeah.
like, man, I bet that editing took Took her quite some time to do,
Yes,
and
it
then
is
you
it is a lot. Honestly, like it's so I would say this year, this Black History Month, of course it's, we celebrated 100 years of Black History Month, and it was one that I really like was very intentional about.
right,
And I understood that the assignment was great, right? And that I wanted to pay homage in the best way, and that I was not putting myself in a position to be like, "Oh, it's just Black History Month." And it's like, "No, like we need to
no, it
really
matters,
be very excited and happy about it." I mean, now mind you, Black people created this world, literally not just the United States, but just everywhere. And Black as just a color, not necessarily um specific to the Americans. Now, mind you, of course, Black History Month is specifically recognizing Black Americans, but
mhm,
us as the whole diaspora, like we've been cultivating the world from the very beginning. And so
right,
I think it is the idea that we hold such a powerful position, and
mhm,
sometimes we don't know our power. And so I took all of that into consideration and said, I can't just say the letter. I have to make this something exciting, something joyful, because there are people who are purposely trying to do things to hurt people
right,
that look like me and that look like you, right? And that's
right.
been something that's been happening since, for a very long time. And so if I can use my voice to project positivity, and I can use my voice to be a light when it comes to Black history, but also educating people. This is still in my realm, you know? Like, yes, I am a certified cigar sommelier. Yes, I do educate people every week on cigars, but you follow my content because you want to be educated, right? So let me
Right.
take it upon myself to put you in a position to be educated about something that's near and dear to my heart, but also still not offending anyone. So, um, me
Well, let
doing
me
Black
offend them. Like
say it
you,
again?
I said, let me offend them. You be the nice person. You be the nice.
Yeah, I mean,
You know what I'm saying?
like,
Let
I
me
think
offend them. Let me talk to them crazy.
I think
You
the
know.
biggest thing too is that, like, I am unapologetically Black. I will forever be Black. I have the greatest honor of being Black, right? And so
Mhm.
for me, it is the idea that if you are offended by me as a person, then you're going to be offended by anything that comes out of my mouth. So I would be okay if you're offended if I'm mentioning someone who happens to look like me and I'm giving them their flowers, because you're
Right.
going to be offended by me anyway. So why not go ahead and get the message out that I want to get out?
I I love how politically correct you are, but like I'm too brash and I'm from Texas, so if I say fuck you, I mean fuck
And I'm
you.
from Florida. Let me tell you, don't let this face fool you. Okay.
I mean,
Like,
yeah, yeah, but like I said, we like to keep you up here, with
oh,
the
well,
upper
thank you.
crest.
I appreciate
You know what I'm
it.
saying? Like don't come down here with the Neanderthals and the gorillas. Let me do what I do best. You know
A
what
mess. A mess.
I'm saying? So um the biggest thing for me is like you love to educate people,
Hmm.
and like it's like you have a true heart for, like, making sure people understand different things. And my question to you is, why cigars?
So why not? The industry that always keeps you on your toes, the industry that always allows you to be educated. You can almost nearly impossibly run out of things to talk about when it comes to cigars. I
Hmm.
am very much so a nerd,
I was
contrary to
about to
what
call
people
you a fucking
believe.
nerd.
Yes, yes, I am very much so a nerd. I
Fucking
like to
nerd.
nerd out about things that I like, right? And so,
Mhm.
because I had such an amazing experience with my dad enjoying my first cigar, I really went into like ultra nerd space, right? And I was like,
Yeah.
okay, I love this. This is great. Let's learn more about it. Let's learn everything that we can learn about it. You know what I mean? Like, so,
Right.
um, I then took my time to just really get like boots on the ground,
Mm.
really get, immersed in the culture because I didn't want to just come into an industry and I was not aware of what is going on. So many times in this world, we have seen people who have gone into something and have no idea what they're doing and they fail miserably.
Right.
Failing is okay, right? Because failing means that you are able to hopefully then pick yourself up and try again, right?
Right.
But if you have the tools and the tools are available and the resources are available for you, which they are, to then have an understanding about an industry, why not use the tools that are available to you?
True.
And
Very true.
so then that kind of, put myself on a journey to where I'm at now. So 2018 is when I started smoking. 3 months after that, I was pushed into um, me being able to try other cigars outside of flavored cigars, right? So that
Mm.
was where I tried my first Davidoff cigar, my first Liga Privada number 9. I was propelling myself into another part of the industry, not just flavored cigars. And
Right.
then slowly I kind of moved into in 2021, I did my first cigar mixer, a cigar education mixer. And that essentially was me calling a group of people together to talk about their experience as a cigar smoker and really like it was almost like a focus group. And
Mm.
it was a nice experience. We had a nice time at a cigar lounge and we were all talking about cigars and why we got into it and different tips and, going through the humidor, all the things like that, right?
Right.
And then I did the same thing 2 other times. And it turned out really well. It actually got bigger and people were enjoying themselves. But I really recognized between my January event in 2022 and my August event in 2022, I realized that there need to be something a little bit more, right? I needed
Hmm.
to have a little bit more of an impact. Like I can do these events. I think these events are great. I think people are really understanding that cigars is important, education about cigars is important, but how can I put myself in a position to be even more helpful? So, I thought about it, I prayed about it, and I felt like God was leading me to do a show. I had up until this point, read books, read magazines. I was going to cigar events. I was consulting retailers and meeting manufacturers at different things. And I recognized that there wasn't one place that I could go that had content that was shareable enough that somebody could actually watch it.
Mm.
Now, there's an amazing library of content that we have in terms of cigar education or cigars in general,
Right.
podcasts and things of that sort. But there wasn't one place that I could share something and someone actually watch it, other
Mm.
than, you listening to a podcast while you're doing something, or maybe you're watching something, while you're doing something else
Right.
and being able to create a library that has 90-second or less episodes that really focuses on one topic and not a bunch of topics and it's not fluff and people can actually share it is important. Um
It,
again,
it
like
shows that you understand people's attention span.
right, exactly. I mean, and don't get me wrong, like I think it's I think it's incredible that we have so many different types of cigar content, right? And it's
Hmm.
great. Like I never would be the type of person to say like, "Oh, we don't need that." We definitely need everybody to be doing the content that they're doing. You're helping the
Right.
industry. As long as you're saying good things about it, you're helping the industry. So, I'm all for it. The point that I wanted to focus on is how can we get those people who are inside and outside of the industry to be accepting of what we're doing and
Mm.
actually be educated and not just like, oh yeah, those are cigars. No,
Yeah.
like I actually am aware. Like for example, My best friend, she's not a cigar smoker. She's tried cigars a couple times with me, but she's just not a cigar smoker. But she watches my episodes diligently.
Mm.
Like, because she recognizes that this is a portion of education. I can still be educated even though I don't indulge. My mom, for another example, my mom is not a cigar smoker, but she watches all of my episodes. She is very much so supportive. She knows some of these manufacturers because she's seen me with them taking pictures, or she knows about different techniques because she's watching the videos and she's understanding. So if people who are not in the industry are able to actually understand from my episodes, then that means that what we're doing is making sense. It's also impactful. And then when there's legislation that comes out against cigars, that person is more apt to be for cigars because now they have an education.
Right. And that's the key word is impactful, right?
Right.
And I believe that you're doing the Lord's work with being
Thank you.
impactful.
I hope so, because let me tell you, I would not be in this position if it was not for
So
him.
yeah.
Thank you.
so so I love what you're doing, especially within the educational space. You're a beautiful Black woman. You're an educated
Thank
Black
you.
woman. And the story about you and your father having your first cigar is powerful because I hope to do that with my daughter, and she comes and sit down and start talking to me about
Yes, of course. Of
whatever
age,
I don't know what
obviously,
she's
of
talking about.
course, of age. You know what I
Yeah,
mean?
of age.
Yes, yes,
Of
yes.
age, right? Not, just this kid walking around here smoking my stuff. Like, what?
Right, exactly, exactly.
Get out of here. So the why cigars question will lead me into, okay, um, what is that like nerding out with other nerds in this industry? Like,
So, oh my God, we
your
have we
eyes
have our
glaze
we have
over?
our
Like,
moments. Yes, we have our moments. Okay, so one of my, like, I would say top nerd friends in the cigar industry has to be, his name is Sterling. He is a tobacconist at Havana Rays in Mobile, Alabama.
no.
I always love to give Sterling my biggest bouquet of flowers because Sterling is one of the people who were my early mentors in the cigar industry.
Mm,
And he very much so was the type of person to not only show me, right? But he also was the tester. He was the person that quizzed me on different families and put
mm,
me in a position to meet all the different manufacturers and the people, and it was great. So I always give my flowers when I talk about my experience just like gaining the knowledge, right? And we actually used to go through the humidor and like he would test me, okay, so like whose family is this, like whole
mm.
things, right? And so it's always amazing to have those moments because like Sterling and I, obviously I don't live in Alabama anymore. I live in Virginia. So we text each other a lot and we'll talk about different things. And so it's when we get together in person, it's like a whole convention happens. Like
Yeah,
like it's very much so like, oh my God, let me tell you about XYZ, like so it's good. So I would say Sterling is one of my nerd friends. Danny, which of course Danny, 505 Cigar Review.
505. Yeah,
Yes.
man.
So
That's
Danny's
our
like,
guy, man.
yes, let me tell you, love Danny down. Okay. Like
Yeah,
that's my buddy.
yeah, that's my
He's
guy,
been
man.
my,
Hey,
yeah,
shout out,
no,
Danny.
for sure. He's been he's been my one, I would say him and one other person that I'll mention who's my other nerd friend. Um,
Mm,
he is one of the first
nerds,
people
man.
to like reach out to me to just like encourage me when I first started doing my show.
Mm,
So I always, always, always give him his flowers as well. Outside of, Sterling, of course, like I always make sure I give his flowers because he was very much so like I love what you're doing. I think that what you're doing is important. He was one of the first shows that I was on for an interview. So I always give him his props. And if I have questions about, certain things, like he will answer them. A lot of people don't know that he used to work for Reynolds for, you know, almost what over a decade. And he worked with Reynolds to choose the tobacco that they were going to use for their products. So he's the type of person that
When you
he
say Reynolds,
knows
who was that?
Reynolds, like the tobacco company. Reynolds, like I think they also make they made cigarettes and trying to think about what else did you know that they would make. Reynolds. I'm trying to describe it in the best way. But it's almost like Altria. You ever heard of Altria before?
Yeah,
So they
yeah.
do the same things.
Okay. So
Yeah.
they're pretty much like a conglomerate, their parent
Yes. Sorry,
company.
I like ran a blank for a second.
No,
Because
it's
I've never had
cool.
someone say they don't know who Reynolds is, so I'm so sorry. Like
I like to, this is education,
yeah,
okay?
yeah. No, and it's I'm
Nerd.
not trying to be funny. I'm not trying to be funny at all. I genuinely like how you have a conversation with someone and you're like, Reynolds. Yeah, Reynolds, like
Yeah, like you should know this name. But no,
no, like
when I pause people like that is because like a lot of my viewers are new smokers and
yeah.
like they're not in the industry, right?
Oh, okay, got it. So yeah,
Because
RJ
my plat
Reynolds
my
is a tobacco company. So well, it used to be a tobacco company. And so essentially they were so now I get an understanding about where I need to position my mind. I'm so sorry.
No, you're
So
fine. Because like
art
with this platform, like I focus on entrepreneurs, right? This
of
Boss
course.
Talks on the Rooftop is where bosses talk. So like we cover all walks of life, but we're just cigar centric,
Yeah.
you know?
Okay. All right, so let me break it down. Sorry. Okay, so RJ Reynolds is a tobacco company or was a tobacco company because they're not I don't think they're in existence anymore. And they're over 100 years old. And their focus was manufacturing tobacco.
Mhm.
So Danny was responsible for choosing the tobacco that was inside of their company. And so
Right.
he worked the tobacco that was used was mainly like for cigarettes. But of course, he was the one making the decisions about the tobacco in general. So companies like cigarette companies like Newport and Doral and Pall Mall and com- like
Oh,
Newport,
oh God. Dang.
yeah, so like in Kent, yeah, so like those are like cigarette companies. So those companies would use the tobacco from RJ Reynolds to create their products. And so
Mm.
Danny was the person that made the decision of the tobacco that was used. So he would go to all these different places and make the decision in terms of the tobacco. So that's why I, reach out to him when I have certain questions about certain tobaccos and I want an even bigger like explanation because sometimes when I'm doing my research like I don't just read what's on the internet. Like I call people, I call manufacturers or I text them or I send a message to Sterling or send a message to Danny because I want to make sure that I'm getting a full scope and not just like a miniature scope.
Right.
A lot of times people will just put things online and say oh, this is what that is. And it's like, no, you you need to like preface and say that that's your opinion instead of
Mm.
you just saying that this is what that is, because people will take your words and then you will be in a position where, things are not that's not
You either got
accurate.
to
And then you get
stand
in
on it or eat him.
right. And then you get in front of
Mhm.
the person who's the person that started it or the company that started it, and now you look crazy. So I don't
Right.
want to look crazy. Like,
Right. Facts. Facts. I
yeah.
look crazy for other things, but not looking stupid. Stupid crazy.
Yeah, no, for sure.
But so what about the cigar business aspect for you, right? Because you don't push tobacco per se as your primary product, but you do push tobacco as the overwhelming uh focal point. So how's the getting into the business of like you're influencer, you're
Mm.
an educator, you're oh you're a
You use the
host.
I word. I am not an influencer.
Stop it.
I have
Stop it.
a whole title and a whole business. I am an educator. Like,
Right. But see,
yeah.
that's the thing. But like the thing about it is like influencer is it's become a dirty word, but
Yes.
it's one of those things like the reason that it's called influencers is because people pay attention to what you have to say.
Yeah. I would like to be
Like,
called a creator though, instead of an influencer. Because I
yeah.
create content and
Well,
I,
I
you
mean,
know,
you have so many titles, man.
yes, 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 I do. I do. Like, you are
You have
correct
so
on that
many
one.
titles. So
Yeah,
in,
yeah.
in that in that regard, so we know in this business space, you don't like being considered an influencer. You're an
Right.
educator.
Right.
You're not an influencer. You're a creator.
Right.
So so the influencer title is over there. The creator and the educator is up here, right?
Yeah.
So in that space, how do you manage like the business side of whenever you're making having those conversations? Like you have to like how you have to correct me. Like I'm an educator, get it correct.
Yeah.
Like
Well, I mean, I do it as gracefully as I can because I also recognize that there are some people who are in the industry and not in the industry that don't necessarily know what to call you, right? Because they see you online, they see you blowing up, so to say, but it's also
mhm,
just like I think because we're in this influencer culture, people just kind of lump people together, but there are people who are creators who have creator companies, right? And then there are people who are influencers that get paid in cigars or get paid in products, which is totally fine. Like there's no shade to that. We need everybody for their own role, right?
mhm,
And then you have myself, who is an educator, who I pay taxes to the government as an education company.
mhm.
I
She
have
said I
my
can't get paid in cigars. I gotta get paid in
right,
dollars.
you know what I'm saying? Like, I can't, unfortunately, that's not the case, right?
Uh,
I,
I'll roll my own cigars.
right, right. I am an education company, with my trademarks, my, LLCs. Like, I have been doing this for 4 years in July. We made sure we got all the business things set up. I have a tax person, I have expenses, all those things. So, um, I think it's not wrong to say that someone is in that similar category, but I think it is also just important to recognize the difference between the two. Like this might just be a hobby, and then one might actually this is a business. This is something that, they do to feed themselves or feed their families. So in terms of business, I very much so am particular about how I do business. So because I have multiple facets of my business, I try to break it down in two ways. So the first way is I have my show, which is Cigars with M. So brands will do product placement or I will do an episode on a specific type of tool or a specific type of technique, and that is paid, right? That's one aspect of the business. And then the other aspect of the business is curating cigar education experiences. And that is where I spend a lot of my time, more than anything, because yes, I do my show every week, but I do my show like with my eyes closed. You know what I mean? Like
Mhm.
it's on its, it's a running thing on its own right now, which I'm grateful for. And I'm grateful that like, I can write a script in like 5 minutes, and I know what I'm gonna be talking about because I do this every day. Like I eat, drink, sleep, and cigars. So,
Right.
this is not like I don't just wake up and be like, oh, well, I don't know what I'm talking about today. Like I have a list of topics that I haven't touched on,
You got an
and I
encyclopedia of everything.
yes, so I'm like, I have all my stuff together, so I know what's going to be the base, right?
Yeah.
And then with the curated experiences, is a lot that still needs to happen there. So, just to kind of give you a couple of milestones, so I created the cultivated cigar education experiences. I did a full 25 classes by myself.
Wow.
That's never, to my knowledge, happened in the industry from one single person that doesn't work for a brand.
Right.
I work for myself, so I have the liberty of being able to be friends with everybody, which is great.
Right.
I worked with 25 different manufacturers, so no one class was the same.
Mm.
And I work with multiple different hospitality establishments. And then one of them was a cigar lounge. And so I really am very grateful that I had the opportunity to do that and that I had over 110 students. A lot of them were repeat students, and one of the students actually had attended 10 classes, 10 out of the 25. You know what I mean? So like people are getting the understanding about cigars, they're
Mhm.
learning about tobacco, they're experiencing what it is to take your time and really focus on the cigar in hand. A lot of times, when we're smoking, we cut the cigar and we light it and we're in the game. And it's like,
Right.
but the purpose of it is for you to slow down. So why not do the things like, feeling the cigar and thinking about where it transports you, or maybe doing a cold draw, or putting yourself in a position to look to see if the airflow is actually there in the cigar beforehand, and you look at the foot of the cigar,
Yeah.
and then being able to light it maybe with a match to start, because you understand how delicate and how gentle this actual piece of art is, right?
Right.
So, that is where I spend most of my time. I do those experiences for private, corporate, consumer, and wedding groups. So, I get to have kind of free reign there, which is nice. And so this year, so far, I've done one international class already in London, which was exceptional. So we are now in an international cigar educator. So it's great.
Woo! Go ahead, clap your
Yes.
shit. Yeah.
Yeah. And
Yeah.
so we doing that. We did that
Internationally
in
known.
okay, okay. We did it in January, and then in February, I'm actually signed to do 1 year for cigar education residency, which is again the first I've ever heard of it being in the industry.
Yeah.
And so doing a cigar education residency is huge because it's not a cigar lounge, it is a hospitality establishment. So that means someone outside of our industry
Right.
saw and understood that cigars is important, and that, this is something that we should invest our time and our money into. So I'm very grateful to be able to be the first, but also, hopefully pass the torch to other people who want to provide this same level of experience to other establishments, because we are all in this together,
Right.
and it takes the masses to be able to get the positive message of cigars out.
And see that right there is where I find you as a creator, right?
Yes.
Because you completely created a whole new lane.
Yeah.
Uh, yeah,
I
I have a
say my
residency
saying they
with
yeah.
the
My
hospitality. Like, what? What are you talking
my saying is
about?
and I heard this. I was watching this interview and I heard this person say this, and they said stay in your lane. There's no traffic in your lane.
That part.
And so for
You can go
me,
as
there is
fast as
no
you want to
traffic
go and
in
go
my
as
lane.
slow.
Right, exactly. And that's not to say that, there aren't other people doing something similar than what you're doing, but there's no traffic in my lane because I'm over here creating lanes for
Mm,
myself.
right,
This and I'm open to more people jumping into the lane because again, it's like we're all helping each other. And there's no competition. There's no need to compete with each other because we all have the same purpose.
right,
There's
right.
enough business out here for everybody. There's no need to, talk bad about someone's business or talk bad about people in general because we all have the same purpose.
I mean,
The
it's
same
fun.
purpose. I mean, but it's not necessary.
I
Like
mean, that's because I'm childish, okay? It's
you
fun,
have a
but
little adolescent in you, huh?
yeah, that's me. I'm a kid at heart.
I understand.
You chew on yellow crayons. Get out of here. So,
A
but
mess.
it's often I often love being the not so smart guy around other really smart individuals like such as yourself. I love like, huh.
Thank you.
So I'm the slow one here.
Oh, mess. You're never slow. Never slow.
Oh, I'm the slow one here. Got it. But I like that's why I really wanted to interview you and talk to you and let everybody know, like, you're one of the key components in this industry that is really moving the needle.
Thank you
Uh,
so much.
and you're a woman and you're a black woman, but you're a
Yes.
woman in this male dominated industry, and you're
Yes.
really like creating different waves and moves that other people can follow right behind you. And I got to give you
Mhm.
your flowers and commend you on that.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
You're absolutely welcome. And in my next, I got two more questions for you,
Yeah, go for it.
and so I always ask this, and I'm gonna put you on the spot. Time capsule, 30 years.
Okay.
What are you going to put in your humidor time capsule for 30 years to smoke later?
Whew, my goodness.
Mm,
I would definitely have to say an Aladino Cameroon. That comes to mind first.
yeah.
Because I love
You
that
do like
cigar.
Aladino.
Yeah, I love Aladino, love Justo, Don Julio, love them. Okay.
Mm,
I would definitely have to say, yeah, Aladino Cameroon. Um, I would have to say probably a Davidoff 702, which
mm,
I actually have in my humidor. It's been discontinued since 2014, but
wow.
I um I really love that cigar. So I feel like, just 30 more years, maybe, like
Mm,
it might not be what I think it's gonna be, but because of course, like I would say right now is we're getting some of the best cigars, right?
hmm
But the other thing to remember is that just because we are getting some of the best cigars right now, aging them longer than 5 to 7 years could potentially put them in a position where they're going to be much lighter and the blend is going to change.
hmm
You might actually like the blend being changed, but you're kind of like you're gambling there. So,
Right. Because it's
just
already an aged product to where they
right.
want you to enjoy right now. And now you're,
Exactly. Yes. I would have to say in my 30-year capsule humidor, um, I also want to add a Sampere, a green and a purple because those are two really amazing cigars.
mm,
Um, I would like to add a Imperial Jade Lagalira. Um, yeah, that's also really good.
mm,
I would say a Saga Don Julio
mm.
Blue. That would have to be another one.
Okay.
And then a Casa Carrillo
Carillo.
Casa Carrillo
Carillo.
Honduran cigar. Yeah, I would have to add
Put
that.
put the Spanish in the name.
Yeah,
Carillo.
yeah.
Casa Carillo.
What's so crazy is I was just there like 3 weeks ago,
Mm,
and when I tell you the experience of my life, shout out to my best friend Francesca because She outdid herself, okay?
Yeah.
Like, the experience at the factory was exceptional, and I'm grateful that, we were able to go during Pro Cigar
Hmm.
because it was a time was had, okay? A time was had.
Was that the new photos that you posted on your page?
Yes, so,
Man.
I took, students to Pro Cigar and students of my classes from last year.
Mm.
And so, they had an exceptional time, and let me tell you, when I say I put this together, I ate, okay? Like, literally, I'm not even gonna
I
lie.
saw the photos. I was like, oh, oh,
I
she,
can't
oh,
even I can't even,
hey
like
guys, she fine in real life, but she looked fine
let me
at
tell
the
you,
pro.
I can't even, like I can't even say I can't even be modest about it. When I say it was a time, okay, it was a time. It was
Yo,
a time. It was
I'm not even gonna hold you. I was looking at it. I was like, where is she at?
yeah, it
What
was a
what
time.
event is that? I'm like
I
I'm
think I
at the
did like
wrong.
12. I think I did like 10 or 12 Pro Cigar posts.
Yeah,
And when I tell you we had a time, like,
I'm a little jealous. I
man,
ain't even
it
gonna lie.
catch me in 2 years. Catch me in 2 years. You gotta go. You gotta go with me. Cause it's a
Yeah,
time, like it's
if I know, I'm going.
it's
So
expensive, but it's so worth it. And like I go to Pro Cigar every 2 years, and when I tell you it is a time, it is a time.
so now that I know about this thing,
I mean,
and
I've been posting it for like the last year, but it's okay.
I got a lot going on, man.
I understand.
So
I get
when I
it.
sit down and I catch up with you and I see like I'm like, oh, how come I didn't go to this? It's one
Yes.
thing to read about it, and then it's another thing to see how much of a great time and then how glamorous and glorious you made it look. So
Oh, well, thank you.
I'm just like, ugh,
I honestly, I will tell you that, like, for me, I take my content very seriously. I don't take it lightly. And so I really spent a lot of time trying to make sure everything was absolutely right, which is why I took some time to like not post it like immediately after or during the time I was at Pro Cigar because I wanted to like really curate the content the way that it needs to be curated.
right.
Um, and then I also have content coming out in episodes, of different portions of Pro Cigar and me at factories and tours, because I have the Seed to Box Part 3 series going on right now. So
Mm.
yeah, we are. Yeah, it was a time. Like it really was.
So, you know, you're trying to make me jealous.
I'm
I'm
sorry,
not.
but it really
I'm
was.
not
It really was.
gonna,
It was.
I'm not gonna allow you to make me look green on my own damn show. I'm gonna do it later.
Oh man.
So, speaking of events, okay, what are your top events you like to go to?
I would definitely say PCA for sure because I feel like it's like it's the industry's Oscars, right? But it's also like a family reunion.
Very true.
Because, you come in and you're just getting in cars with people that that you've been hanging out with and in the industry, like, oh, we're gonna go here. Oh, okay, cool, well, come with us. Like it's a whole thing.
That part.
It's always a good
Like, did
time.
you drive? Yeah, I drove.
Yes. Yes, like literally, like, yeah, it's like a whole experience. I would say PCA for sure. Pro Cigar is another one. Um, and then I would have to say doing the factory and farm tours when manufacturers invite you to their house. So those experiences are really nice. Last year I went to Honduras to visit Aladino
Right,
and to spend time with Don Julio.
right.
And then the year before that I went to Pro Cigar, and this year I went to Pro Cigar. So I would just say that those are three are the events that I like to go to.
Nice, nice.
Mhm.
So I'll see you at PCA.
Yes, I will be there.
Okay. Are you gonna be like running around working, or are you
Yeah,
gonna
so I'm
actually take your
always running
time?
around working. My head is always on a swivel. Contrary to what people believe, some people just think I just sit behind a camera and don't do anything, but that's not the case.
Mhm. Right.
Obviously, right,
Very much so.
right, right. But some
Like we
people,
know, we know.
right,
I
right. But
know
some people have their they have their perceptions about what I do and what I don't do. But again, I stay in my own lane, so I don't feed into that. I just stay right in my own lane, and mind my business and mind the business that pays. So we
say that.
chill.
Yeah, say
But
that.
I will be at PCA working on content, of course, doing interviews with some folks who have requested for me to be on their show, and just really touching base with everybody. Have a couple of people that are like, you got to come see my booth, so I'm like,
Yeah,
I'm excited to see everybody.
yeah. Come see my booth. All right.
Yes, of course. And then, of course, we have our Women of PCA event on Sunday, which
Okay.
is we're running back. We're running it back from last year. Last year they shut the street down for us. It
Let's
was
go.
like it literally was like over 1,000 people like at the event, which was incredible. Like the whole street was shut down for us. So the fact that they shut a street down for Women of PCA, like we looking to run it back. Okay,
Yeah,
like
you got to run it back. You
yes,
got to run that back.
exactly.
And you know what's crazy is like everybody's like, yeah, Vegas was cool. I'm like, man, New Orleans was better. I've been to Vegas and I've
Yeah.
been to New Orleans.
Mhm.
And when I say like the food selections are better, the party atmosphere is better. Now, don't get me wrong, like, the if you like the strip and you like the gambling
Yeah,
thing
I'm
about
not a fan because
I'm
I
not a
my thing is, look, I would rather gamble with my money with food than to gamble with my money giving it to somebody I don't know.
that part. I'm like,
Just saying.
I already blow my money up in the air with these cigars. So I don't
Yeah,
there's
I'm
no
good.
thrilling.
I can gamble with cigars and food. Anything
Yeah,
else, it's a no.
yeah, like
I don't got time because the money
roulette,
I would spend at the
crap.
table, I could spend eating a nice dinner.
Yeah.
At least
So
have memories. At least have pictures.
that part. That part, pictures at the casino, I'm usually sad or depressed. Like, damn it,
Oh my
why'd y'all
goodness.
bring me here?
Yeah, I absolutely love New Orleans PCA because everybody is so much more chill.
Mm,
Everybody is very happy and excited to see each other. I feel like at Vegas, because Vegas is so expensive just in general, I'm not gonna say everybody, but a lot of people, just the moods are not there. It's
yeah,
very like uptight, in
yeah,
some spaces, and not uptight from like PCA or anything, just more like people who are attending. It's a very like it feels very transactional
yeah.
on the
They're
show floor.
looking at the P&L.
Yes, on the show floor, it
Yeah,
feels very transactional versus like in New Orleans, it's like a family reunion. We getting together, we hanging out, we eating good food, we're listening to
we
music,
kicking
like
it.
we're really having a good time, like
Yeah,
people are ordering and people are more. I feel like some of the retailers are even like spending more because
right,
they're like, "Oh, this is great. It's not that far. It's a good time."
right.
Like it's sunny outside. We can see the sun. Like, you know what I mean? When you're in Vegas,
Yeah,
like you're literally indoors 90% of the time. And when you
yeah,
go outside, it's dark outside. You know what I mean?
right.
Like it's a whole different thing versus like when you are in New Orleans, you can go outside, you can see the sun from outside that's
Yes,
shining into the convention center. Like that really does make a difference.
absolutely. And you know what's so great about it being in New Orleans? Because like the the tobacco industry is gonna thrive more with PCA come to New Orleans, because then there's going to be more opportunities for lounges to open up. There's going to be more lounges opening up, because I
Mhm.
was there and I was like, there's cigar lounges here.
Yeah, and so in Vegas is not the same thing. Like there are cigar lounges, yeah, but they're also like not very close. So the only
Mm-mm.
ones you have is the Davidoff store, which is small. It's not super big. And then you have 8 Lounge, which most people are going to, but like they're not buying cigars.
Right.
You have there's a cigar warehouse, I believe, or whatever, but it's not on the strip. So it's like,
But
when you're
I'll give. I'm sorry, but
no,
I
you
got to give it up to Tap and Ash Social
oh yeah, Tap
in
and Ash
Vegas.
too. I'm sorry,
Now,
and Tap and
now,
Ash.
now they have a phenomenal. I have a phenomenal like lounge.
Yeah,
Um,
I'm sorry.
every
I
time I go
completely
there,
forgot. Yes, Tap and Ash, yes.
Tapping Ash Social is phenomenal in Vegas.
Hmm.
Like I think Tapping Ash Social actually saves the Vegas cigar scene for me.
Yeah, I could see that for sure. I definitely
For
could see that
for
for
me,
sure.
I'll say it. Like I know,
Yeah, no, for sure. I mean, and I think I've only been there twice. I was kind of in passing. Like I went for one of the times that I went was for a Casa de Sueños event, and then the other time I went was for um some other like function. But I was also there for like 30 minutes, like take
yeah,
pictures, say hello. Like it was very like transactional. Again, like Vegas is
mm,
very transactional.
yeah,
Like I had like a bunch of things going on. So I only remember it like as like a blur.
mhm,
My hope is like this year, or not this year, but next year when we go to Vegas, that I'll actually be able to like sit and enjoy the lounge and support them because, of course they're Black owned, which is a really big thing, but also
right,
just like I feel like my experiences at Tap and Nash have been very like quick and I haven't been able to like really see what they offer. I see their stuff on social media, which is great. Like they have great social media. But I haven't been able to like really enjoy, which I would like to. I would like to support them.
yeah. I believe I have their one of their managers coming on later on in the month.
Oh, that's
Uh,
great. That's
that's,
awesome.
that's Tamika, and
Oh yeah, Tamika's great. I love
yeah.
her.
So we're gonna talk about like their experience and why they're in Vegas or whatever. But
Hmm.
anyway, that's later. Guys, tune in for that episode coming down the line. But anyway, with you, I have a third question.
Okay.
What cigar are you gifting to leave a lasting impression?
Oh man.
You can only pick one.
Well, that's
Yeah,
I
I
would
want.
say, okay. All right, I just did this like, okay, what's today? Today's Monday. Jeez, I'm sorry. These days start to run together. Um, I just gifted on Wednesday a My Father Blue. So I would say My Father Blue. It was number one
You
cigar of
love
the year.
Honduran tobacco.
I do, I do, I do. I really do. Like Honduras was a great time for me. I My Father Blue was number one cigar of the year for me last year.
Mm,
Also number one cigar of the year for Cigar Snob magazine,
mm-hmm.
and number one cigar of the year for so many other people. So
Yeah.
I have to give my father, um, the Garcia family their props because let me tell you, like that cigar was exceptional. The first time I ever had this cigar, and I talked about this like in my top cigar video for
Mm.
25, but let me tell you, I don't know if I was just really having an emotional day, but I was like literally almost in tears while I was having this cigar for the first time. And I was just like, I just had a moment. It was almost like, you know how sometimes you are thinking about everything you have going on in the world,
Mm.
and then you're sitting and you're enjoying this cigar and it's so good. And you're just like, you get teary-eyed a little bit. Like that's, I don't know about
Like,
you, but that
I don't know
experience was
why,
for me.
but I don't
That
know
was me.
why, but
Right, right. Like it was
you
it
know,
was it was totally one of those
you
things. Like,
know.
I mean, the thing is though, people really like try to like downplay this, but when you're
Mhm.
smoking a cigar, like it is an emotional experience. It is a sensual experience. It is very much so a spiritual experience, and so people forget about those aspects. Like if you really are slowing down and you really are taking your time,
Mhm.
all of your feelings, your taste buds, like everything is activated. All your
Right.
senses are activated when you're smoking a cigar, all of them.
Right. And I'm a true fan of that. And because it makes you more deliberate, and then it helps you unpack and strategize.
Hmm.
So that's what a cigar for me is like. It helps me unpack and strategize.
Yes.
Um,
It's also releasing dopamine in your brain, and it's telling your brain like this is a pleasure activity, which then puts
right,
you in your most creative state. So
right.
it's not by chance that when you smoke a cigar, you can think of a million ideas, and that's on purpose because you're in your most creative state.
Big facts. Big
Yes.
facts. Some of my best stuff come from when I
Me
smoke
too,
a
me too. Let me tell
cigar.
you, I always tell people like I do my best work between 10 and 4 a.m. I'm sorry, 10 p.m. and 4 a.m. And when I'm smoking a
That actually
cigar,
sounded right for me because
really,
like I didn't go to bed
um,
till 4 a.m. this morning. I'm
yeah,
up.
I mean, it's honestly like it's a constant thing, but I will say like when it's not during those hours, like if I'm smoking a cigar, I could literally knock out like so many things that I have to work on, whether it's proposals or scripts or organizing content or any of those things. Like it's crazy. Like I mean, honestly, today is a perfect example. I need to smoke a cigar so that I can focus on the things I got to do. Like I recently took my students to Martinez Cigar Factory in New York. And so we
Nice.
took a trip from DC to New York, and I still have to work on the content to do a post for that experience. And so I'm like, I got to smoke a cigar so I can do this.
And knock
Like,
it out. Right, right, right. So,
yeah.
and what I love about your content is you're very intentional about being a storyteller, right?
Yes, absolutely.
I love your storytelling. Now,
Thank you.
to become a student, how do we become a student of yours?
Yeah, so I know that I also want to take a step back for 1 second. Um I want to preface that when I say student, I don't mean it as trying to belittle or put someone in a position of like an adolescent. I say it because it
You're
also
an educator,
reminds right, yeah, it reminds me that like I'm an educator. I am a teacher, right? Like
right?
I'm someone who's educating. So um the people who
Professor
are
M.
right, right, right. Yeah. Like I have students who attend my classes. So if you attend my class, then you become one of my students. And I am very much so like mama bear,
Mm,
educator. My students will call me and be like, I just talked to my students two of my students actually, last week. They went to Great Smoke and they were calling me on FaceTime and they were like, Mechelle, let me tell you about this experience. Let me tell you about this. We talked about this person and like we met this person and we smoked his cigar during your class and like all these things, right? And
right.
even with Rocky Mountain, like some of my students went to Rocky Mountain Cigar Fest and they met some of the manufacturers that we had their cigars during our class. Again, that's like adding that brand recognition, that, remembering the brand, carrying the story along. So, in order to be a student, you have to be able to be an attendee of my class. And I want to let people know that I am happy to travel anywhere. My rule of thumb is if your coins travel, I travel. So,
Facts.
if you prepare to have a conversation with me about, me having a class in your city. I'm happy to do a class in your city. I travel internationally as well. So, just let's schedule a meeting and let's talk about these numbers.
Yeah. Get get her now because the price gonna go up.
Let me tell you. Okay, yesterday's price is not today's price.
Man, man, you better make sense and know we don't have change.
No, and we take electronic payments only.
Man, let's say that. Say that. What is it? The TikTok song "My Money Don't Jingle Jangle." It fold.
Okay, literally. Don't get me wrong, if you wanna give some extra, that's one thing, but let's just make sure that the fullness of the funds that are due are electronic. I need that to hit my account
Exactly.
immediately.
Exactly.
Like
Exactly. Make sure it's
yes.
on time
Right, because
and
you will
in
get a late
kind.
fee. Because
Yeah,
I need my coins, because I can't move
that
without my coins.
that part, because you are a full-time entrepreneur,
Mm-hmm.
full-time business owner, and
Yes.
education is your business. So,
Yes.
like, don't let nobody play you. I'm not gonna let nobody play you. So,
Thank you. Thank
you
you
know,
so much.
you you let anybody try to play you, you send them my way.
I will remember that. I will indeed.
I have fun being a villain. Hence, I name the company Kingpin Luxury. So, I
Oh,
have fun being
mess.
a villain.
Oh
Bro,
my.
how can we connect with you? How can we find you?
Yeah, so if you go on Instagram, if you go on YouTube, you type in Cigars with M, you can easily find me on TikTok, Moments with Michelle. It's Moments with Michelle, all platforms, but sometimes it's a little easier if you type in Cigars with M.
Mhm.
My website is momentswithmichelle.com. So, and it's Michelle with an E. And you can always send me an email at michelle@momentswithmichelle.com as well. I'm happy to connect with you. I do answer my emails. I also read my DMs as well.
Yeah.
You get a response if you're not crazy.
Right. Right. So, guys, don't slide in the DMs with foolishness, because
Please. Okay, because you will immediately get
you're gonna
blocked. I
get
have
blocked and removed
yeah,
and
I
reported.
do block people for real because there are people that try to act crazy and I'm like, I don't have time to yeah, I'm not going back and forth with you. Okay. I will go back and forth with counting my money, but not back and forth with nobody.
No, not at all. Now I have one last question. It's a tobacco question.
Yeah, of course.
Why do you, what is it about Honduran tobacco that just really just resonates with your palate?
I would say because I just every time I have a Honduran cigar or have cigars that have Honduran tobacco in it, it always draws me back to the exceptional time that I had in Honduras last February and the impactfulness of knowing about the country, for one, knowing about the tobacco that comes out of Honduras, being able to see how people in Honduras do everything they do. And then in terms of taste, like I like the subtle, soft, and then a light pepper kind of kick at the end. I
Mhm.
noticed that in all of the cigars that I've had that are Honduran cigars, whether it's the Casa Carrillo, um, the My Father, or Aladino cigars, when you have those, it's just it's like everything is just chill, and then all of a sudden you're going up the roller coaster, and then you slide slowly down. Like it's very like nice, subtle, and there is a kick in it, but it's not too much that it knocks you off your knees.
Yeah. It- I like to say it's a reminder, like, hey, you're not alone here.
Right, exactly. That's literally what it is. And I like that because don't get me wrong, like I love Dominican tobacco, a big fan of it, right? But sometimes like you want a Honduran tobacco cigar and you're like, oh, this is good. I needed this. Like it's almost like it's a little pick me up,
Yeah,
like it's something to kind of make things a little bit easier in life. So yeah.
yeah. I got turned on to Honduran tobacco last year,
Okay,
or
cool.
I've probably smoked it before,
But
but
didn't
I
realize that
just
that's
didn't
what it
know.
was.
I didn't know what it was. But now that I know the specifics,
Mhm.
and I'm being able to pick up, and the more I get educated on different things and in different regions, I'm like, I genuinely love Honduran tobacco.
Mhm.
It's one of those things. And what I thought was funny is like the judge has always been my staple. Like
Mhm.
that was my favorite cigar when it was the cigar of the year back in 2024. I think they released it in 2014 when they had it going on, and then the blue, and it was like 1A, 1B, and it's like, if you like my father's, you should love the blue.
Right.
If you really love the blue, then you'll like the judge too. But
Mm-hmm.
the like a lot of people are like, they'll say the judge is more stronger than the blue, or the blue is more stronger than the judge. And I'm like, depending on what your palate is, you can't go wrong. So
Mm-hmm.
so I think the Garcia family did really well in grasping that audience that like,
Mm-hmm.
oh, the judge is too strong, so they went to the blue, and now the blue is there. Oh, it's the amazing thing, and then the people with the blue are like, yeah, it's cool, but we're still with the judge. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? So I believe they recaptured a market, and I think it'll turn around and do something else, because like EP Carrillo just well, Casa Carrillo, they just
Mm-hmm.
released Deep Sea or Deep Blue,
Yeah.
and
Deep blue.
I feel like that's one of their things to go into the blue theme of this
Yeah.
year. And if you start looking at all these new
They have the
cigars,
purple that comes out too, and there's another cigar, the Battle. Yeah, there's Casa Korea has so many cigars coming out. I'm so proud of them. I can't
yeah,
wait to try the purple when when it hits the shelves. They also have the La Historia Silk.
hmm,
That's the cigar more geared towards women. Lisette
yeah,
actually, she blended that, and so it was, yeah, there's so many. Like they have such a great
mhm,
portfolio.
yeah, yeah, most definitely. So I'm not gonna hold you. I know you have other engagements you have to do. So tell us, how can we find you? How can we connect with you again?
So yes, please connect with me. Moments with Michelle on Instagram, TikTok. Um, you can also type in Cigars with M. I will pop up either way. Send me an email if you have something you want to share. I also am on Substack, Cigars with M, and um, I'm on 7 platforms, so you really can't miss me.
Just shoot. Just shoot. You'll
Yes,
land on one of them.
absolutely. And it's Michelle with an E.
Mechelle with an E, guys. Don't don't do the I. It's
Please, because you won't
just,
get me.
yeah. You'll find someone else. But
Yes.
um I'm gonna let you go.
Well, I appreciate you. Thank you so much for having me. I'm just very grateful to even have a moment of your time and to be on your show. You've been doing amazing things. I've been watching your guests. I'm like, okay, look at you. I love this. I love this for
Appreciate
you. I remember when you first started, and so I'm really, really glad to see that you're continuing and that you are striving for even more episodes and having more guests and new locations, because I've been seeing you've been moving locations a little bit too. So love that
yeah.
for you. And I wish you the very best. And I hope to see you at PCA.
We'll be smoking at PCA together real soon. So
Yes.
guys, be
Come
on the
find
lookout
me.
for
You have to come find me because look, my PCA schedule is already. I'm just like, it's only
Mechelle.
4 days.
Stop it.
It's
You're
only 4 days. It's only 4 days. And
But look here,
like,
Mechelle. Like, look, you're easy to find because you're already taller than half the
yes,
population at PCA,
it's true.
and
It's true.
then
But
you
you'll
put
be
on heels,
surprised because people still don't find me. People are like, I don't see you. And I'm like, I'm here. Like,
and then you put on heels. So I'm like, Mechelle,
yes, I definitely have on heels for sure. For sure. Definitely have on heels.
guys, I can say that because I'm short. Like I'm tall that way. I'm wide. I'm wide. So
Oh,
Michelle is like,
mess.
this beautiful glamazon, right?
Thank
So
you. Thank you so
you
much.
you can't miss her if you're really looking for her. She'll
Yes.
she'll she'll be walking around. She'll probably, if she's been able to shake her handlers or
Oh,
the
mess.
crowd of
I don't have
followers.
any handlers. I run the show. Like,
Say, well, how about the followers? The
I mean, I am
Her
just grateful to see
minions.
everybody, to be honest. I
Mhm.
am. But yes, I
So yeah,
do normally have it's a lot of people that are surrounded by me. I will say that. There are a lot of people that tend to be surrounded. Yes.
see guys, see how she
I'm
try to be so
grateful. I'm
she
grateful for
she just
people wanting
so
to be
try to be
around
so
me.
humble. Like
I'm
hey
grateful for
man,
people that want to be around me. I mean, I have good energy, so I get it.
you do have good energy. You
Thank
know,
you.
it's cool. It's great. You know what I'm saying? Like, yeah. Hey, that's Michelle over there. And like it'd be like, where? See the tall lady and all the other little people around her? That's
Yeah, that's
Michelle.
me. Yeah, no, for sure. Yeah. But
But
I look forward to seeing you at PCA, and I hope that you have a good rest of the day.
you too. Be talking
Thank
to
you
you
so
soon.
much. See you
For
later.
sure. So guys, make sure you like, subscribe, share the channel, connect with Michelle. We'll be here live. We'll be at PCA. We'll be doing a few more events, and we'll be live at LG Cigar Lounge. So tomorrow, Tuesday. So whenever you find this live, replay this live, share it with someone else. That was Mechelle Merkerson, Cigars with M and certified tobacconist sommelier. Also created a new position for other hospitality industries as a residency cigar education or experience with Cigars with M. So check her out at Cigars with M or Moments with Michelle. This is Boss Talks on the Rooftop. I'm Bryson Fowler. Remember, storms don't last, but your home should. Peace. Two fingers.